Welcome to episode number 36 of this Minnesota Twins MLB The Show 20 Custom Franchise Series. And today, I'm obviously playing my Minnesota Twins MLB The Show 20 Custom Franchise Series. In MLB The Show 20, like I said, because you cannot port any franchises from MLB The Show 20 to any later versions of the game, so I have to continue the series here in MLB The Show 20. It is Game 6 of the World Series based on, based on the stream, because you can see it says Minnesota 3 or MIN 3, and then Washington or WSH2 says 3 plus 2 is 5, so this episode's going to be Game 6, based on, like I said, the screen and the title, and based on me just based on the screen, the title, and me saying that just now. So let's look at the calendar, as Game 6 is on October 27th, 2021. We had a chance to win Game 5, or win the World Series in Game 5, but we lost Game 5 in our nation's capital 3-1, but we're still up 3-2 in the series, and Game 6 is at home. Game 6 is at home in Minneapolis, and Game 7, if there is one, is also at home in Minneapolis. Starting pitching matchup right now for Game 6 will be Babe Ruth for the Twins, and Matt Scherzer. Or the starting pitching matchup for Game 6 right now is Babe Ruth for the Twins and Matt Scherzer for the Nationals. And then right now for Game 7, it would be Jake Odorizzi for the Twins and Patrick Corbin for the Nationals. But yeah, the Twins only have 2 losses here in the playoffs, both in the World Series. So right now we are, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 and 2, I believe? I believe we're 10 and 2. As long as it's 3 plus 4. Yeah, we're 10 and 2 so far in the playoffs. So we only have 2 losses, like I said, both in the World Series. We're 10 and 2 here in the playoffs, or we're 10 and 2. The Twins are here in the postseason, and are 1 win away from three-peating. Because in 2019 we beat the Dodgers in the World Series in 7 games, won that World Series in walk-off fashion as well. We won Game 7 of the 2019 World Series against the Dodgers at home, in extra innings, in walk-off fashion. Then in the 2020 World Series, we beat the Cincinnati Reds, and then in the 2020 World Series, we beat the Cincinnati Reds in 6 games, and we won Game 6, I believe it was, in extra innings, at home, in walk-off fashion as well, but obviously it was Game 6, not Game 7. And now we're about to play Game 6 here in the 2021 World Series, 1 win away from three-peating, and you never know, we could have another World Series win. Hopefully we will. But there's a possibility. 3 World Series championships all in walk-off fashion. The first 2 are in walk-off fashion. Will the third one be in walk-off fashion? Well, I don't care. As long as we win the World Series, I don't care if it's in walk-off fashion or not. I just care about us winning the World Series. So yeah, both teams got a day off. 8:05 Eastern is the time of the game. I almost simulated the game. Oh my, that would have sucked. But I didn't. Play full game per usual. Both controllers per usual. The Twins are the red controller, and the Nationals are the blue controller. The Nationals were a wildcard team. They were the second NL wildcard team. Yeah, second NL wildcard team, and beat, I believe, the Rockies in the NL wildcard game in Denver. Then they beat the Dodgers in the NLDS, and then they beat the Cubs in the NLCS. And now, well, they're in the World Series, but the Twins, like I said, are 1 win away from three-peating. Let's just do home uniforms for us, away uniforms for the Nationals. And obviously, they're now going to be a DH again because we're an AL team and we're the home team, so the game will be at an AL park. Per usual, also, the game will be at the Herbert H. Humphrey Metrodome in downtown Minneapolis. This is no longer a stadium. It did get torn down like 10 years ago, give or take. U.S. Bank Stadium, home of the NFL's Minnesota Vikings. Where that stadium is today, that's where the Metrodome used to be. So I think it was like 2012, give or take, they tore down the Metrodome, and then a few years after that, then it was maybe like a year after that, they started building U.S. Bank Stadium, because U.S. Bank Stadium opened, I believe, in 2016. So I believe they tore the Metrodome down. I think it was 2011, 2012, and then 2016, I believe. I believe it was 2016 was the first year U.S. Bank Stadium. I believe in 2016 was the year U.S. Bank Stadium opened. And like I said, U.S. Bank Stadium, home of the NFL's Minnesota Vikings. is where the Metrodome used to stand. The Metrodome holds 46,564, opened back in 1982. So it was open for the Twins, because the Vikings also played there as well. The Twins, it was open. The Twins played at the Metrodome. The Twins played at the Metrodome from 1982 to 2009, and then the Minnesota Vikings, I'm not sure how long they played there for. I know the Vikings for a fact did play there. I think it was for a couple of years after the Twins moved out, and then obviously I think it was 2011. I'm pretty sure was the year where there was so much snow on the roof of the Metrodome that the roof broke, and I believe because you can kind of see the roof there, it's kind of like mesh kind of. It's not like a hard roof. There was so much snow on the top of it that it broke, and I remember I think it was like, that might have been 2010 when that happened. Vikings didn't play another game there that year, and I don't think the Vikings ever played another game there. I don't think the Vikings ever played another game at the Metrodome after the roof broke because there was so much snow on it. It was 2010, I believe, when that happened. That was after the Twins moved out, and even if it was before the Twins moved out, it would have been the off season anyways. Presentation mode broadcast theme style. The show theme quick counts on. And obviously that's all we have to do because it's a roof, so we don't have to worry about cloud cover or anything like that. Babe Ruth has like his energy's almost full. I say it's about 95% full. I'm gonna start him because then, well, do I though? Or do I start Odorizzi? I might start Odorizzi only because if this series does go to a Game 7, I want Babe Ruth, who's a 99 overall pitcher, to start Game 7. I'm actually going to and he doesn't have full energy. Well, like I said, he has like 95% energy, give or take. Odorizzi has full energy, and I'd rather have Babe Ruth pitch Game 7. If this series does go to a Game 7, I'd rather have Babe Ruth pitch in Game 7 than Jake Odorizzi or anyone else. And then Patrick Corbin will probably be the Game 7 starter for Washington. Because Strasburg, who has like half energy right now, who pitched in Game 5, he won't have full energy. So yeah, it'll be Scherzer versus Odorizzi, and then Game 7, if there is one, will probably be Corbin versus Ruth. So yeah, righty versus righty, 90 versus 85. Scherzer's the 90, and Odorizzi the 85. The lineup, yeah, Tony has played. He has 9 at-bats, 3 RBIs, batting at .333. Dad has 5 at-bats only. I think he's only played in one game, which was Game 5. I think Dad only has 5 at-bats, like I said. He played in one game, I believe, only. And he, one game only, or at least he started only one game only. I think he might have came in as a pinch hitter in one of the games in D.C., but I think Dad's only started one game, which was Game 1 of the ALCS, where he got his only RBI. And then Dash C, 1 home run, 1 RBI, 375 average, 8 at-bats. I mean, yeah, I'll just leave the lineup as it is. And then for the other team, I'll just leave the lineup as it is. Their DH will be Miguel Navarre. Our DH is Babe Ruth Jr. Both DHs are batting 5th. So yeah, let's get into the game. I'm the play-by-play announcer for this game, and Matt Vasturgeon is not. Or I'm the play-by-play announcer for this game, and Matt Vasturgeon is not turned down at all. Let's get into Game 6. I might have just said Game 5. Let's get into Game 6 of the World Series. As the Twins are 1 win away from three-peating. Let's get into Game 6 of the World Series right now. We went 105-57 in the regular season. The Nationals, who, like I said, were a wildcard team, went 90-72 in the regular season. Had a Cinderella story, but obviously they're 1 loss away from being eliminated. We are here at the Herbert H. Humphrey Metrodome in downtown Minneapolis for Game 6 of the 2021 World Series. And the 2021 World Series features the Washington Nationals and the Minnesota Twins. Hi again, everybody. Vinny J here in Studio 42, aka the Man Cave. Welcome to the World Series here on the show. It's Game 6 of the 2021 World Series between the Nationals and the Twins. Here's the series recap right here. As you can see, the Twins won Game 1, the Nationals won Game 2, the Twins won Games 3 and 4, but then the Nationals won Game 5 to stay alive and send the series back to Minneapolis. But the Twins still do lead the series 3-2. It's Scherzer for the Nationals and Odorizzi for the Twins. lineups and first pitch comes your way, or lineups and first pitch comes your, or lineups and first pitch come your way next. Matt Scherzer's on the, or excuse me, J. Rizzi's on the mound for Minnesota here in Game 6, as the Twins are 1 win away from three-peating. 3 starts here in the postseason, 1-1 record, a 3 ERA, has pitched 18 innings, 20 hits, 1.33 WHIP, 4 walks and 11 strikeouts, as he has 1 win, 1 loss, and then one no decision. Here we go. Trey Turner lead it off, as we're on your way here in Game 6 of the World Series. 2-1 pitch to Trey Turner. Well, line drive caught by Vinny J, as that was scolded, but caught by Vinny J, 1 down. So leading off the ball game. Here's the starting lineup. And here's the starting lineup for the Washington Nationals, led in the force of Game 7 here tonight. Trey Turner, Michael Hermoso, Juan Soto, Yasmani Grandal, Miguel Navarro, DH, Matt Adams, Eric Morin, Eric Morin, Kevin Biggio, and Michael Taylor. As the Nationals are led in the force of Game 7, winner take all Game 7 tomorrow night in this game. Here we go. Here's the right fielder, I believe. Ground ball to Luke. Routine. Throw to Vinny J. 2 down. So a line out to Vinny J, and then a ground out to Luke. 2 down here in the first. Here's Soto, here's Juan Soto, who was the Game 5 hero, had a go-ahead 2-run home run for the Nationals in the bottom of the 8th inning 2 nights ago in this game. In Game 5, it was a 1-1 game when he hit his home run. So his two-run home run made it 3-1 Nationals, and then the Nationals closed the door in the top of the 9th, and that's why the series is back, and that's why the series is still going. Popped up! Can Odorizzi get there? And Odorizzi can get there! As Soto snapped his bat, and Odorizzi turned on the Jets and made the catch. 1-2-3 to the Nationals. Twins come in the bat, no score here in Game 6. Matt Scherzer's on the mound for the Nationals, as the Nationals are led in the force of winner take all Game 7 tomorrow night. 4 starts here in the playoffs. He has a 3-0 record, 1.29 ERA, 28 innings pitched. I believe he pitched in Game 2 of the World Series and not the win. He was in Game 2 of the World Series here in Minneapolis. The Nationals won 5-0. Like I said, Matt Scherzer, I believe, at the start in Game 2 of the World Series, and he got the win, Scherzer did, and the Nationals got the win as well, 5-0. Here's Lute Bennett, 382 here in the playoffs, 1-on pitch. Line drive and caught by Matt Adams, 1 down. And here is the starting lineup for the Minnesota Twins, as they're 1 win away from three-peating. Luke, Matthew, Jack Thornton, Star Forcer, Babe Ruth Jr., the DH, Mr. Casey, Vinny J, Andy Pullman, and Snake Biter. Obviously, Andy Pullman, because there's a DH, he's bad in, 8th again, instead of, 2nd he was bad in Game 5. Here's Matthew, who's back in the lineup. 1-1. Hit hard! Base hit, perfect. The reason Matthew wasn't in the lineup for Game 5 is because there's no DH, and Babe Ruth Jr. is a DH, but he's also a right fielder, so when there's no DH, Babe Ruth Jr. obviously can't be the DH because there's no DH, so I put Babe Ruth Jr. in right field, and Matthew gets taken out of the lineup. But because there's a DH again, because we're at AL Park, Matthew's in right field, and Babe Ruth Jr. is the DH. Here's Jack Thornton. A little tapper, no chance for 2. Can they even get 1? And they can. The throw by Scherzer to Adams, 2 down, with the runner getting over to center base. Here's Star Forcer, drove in the only run for the Twins on an RBI single in Game 5. Runner set in 2 outs, hits the outfield, could give the Twins a lead. Hit hard, but foul. That was close. 1-2 again to Forcer. Ground ball, left side. Throw to first by the third baseman is in time and over. 1 hit and 1 left for Minnesota, and the 1. No score here in Game 6. Here's Yasmani Grandal, switch in and catcher, batting 282 here in the playoffs against Odorizzi. Line driver, no one wants, shit goes on. He only has 11 speed, but that one get all the way to the wall. And by the time they did it in, Grandal's in with a double. Good start for the Nationals here in the second. Leadoff double for Grandal. Despite only having 11 speed, at number 10, Grandal is in the second base with a double. Here's Navarre, the DH, with Grandal at second base. Full count. Hit hard, base hit. Throw to third is not going to be in time as Grandal will stop at third. Nobody out. Runners at the corners for the Nationals. As that was killed. As the Nationals are living the strike first here in Game 6. Here's Adams. 1-2. Fly ball left center field. It's on a long run. Can anyone get there? And no one can get there. It's split star forcer and snake biter. And there's a backup on the base pass. And the batter is going to be out by 20 feet. And as Adams is thrown out at center base, it's an RBI single officially for Matt Adams. As the runner at third will score. The runner at first gets over to third. But Matt Adams, a batter, is thrown out. RBI single for Adams. 1-0 Washington. Runner at third and 1 out. And the infield is only drawn in here. They don't want to be down by more than 1 here. Infield in, runner at third, 1 out. Top 2, 1-0 Washington. But there was a backup on the base paths. Here we go. Here's Eric Morin, runner at third, 1 out, 1-2 pitch to Morin. Ground ball! What a stop by Arnie Pullman! Diving to his left, throw to first, got him! What a play to save a run! As the runner at third stays put because the infield was drawn in. Dive and play to his left, fielded it cleanly, threw out Morin, and now it's Biggio. Runner at third, 2 outs, infield back to normal depth. Popped up behind the plate. Mr. Casey throws off the mask. Or actually, he doesn't throw off the mask, but he does make the catch in and over. The Nationals did a run on an RBI single by Matt Adams, but that's all they did. Middle of 2, it's now 1-0 Washington. Here we go, bottom 2, 1-0 Washington as they're trying to force a Game 7 tomorrow night in this game. Here's Babe Ruth Jr., the DH. Line drive, and now we'll find the seats. Foul. Here we go. Scherzer does have 5 pitches here. Shift is on, or shift is on. Fly ball on the line. It's in play. It's in foul ground. Can Soto get there? But the Twins relievers, he can get there. What a play by Juan Soto. And here's the Nationals defense. Juan Soto in left, obviously. Michael Taylor in center with Michael Hiramoso in right. Matt Adams, Kevin Biggio, Trey Turner, and Eric Morin in the infield, and Yasmani Grandal behind the plate. And obviously Matt Scherzer on the mound. But what a run by Soto! He probably had to sprint at least 100 feet, and then Soto did make the catch in foul territory by the Twins relievers. 1 down. Here's Mr. Casey. Ground ball, third base, which I believe that is Morin over there. Throw to first, 2 down. And here's the posting in bracket, as you didn't see how these teams got to the World Series, and you didn't see the Twins have 3 wins, which means they're 1 win away from winning the World Series. So the question on everyone's mind is, will we have a World Series? And the question on everyone's mind, obviously, is, will we have a World Series champ after this game, or will we have a Game 7? That's the other question as well. Ground ball, Adams, in and over. We head to the third, 1-0 Nationals here in Game 6. So there's 2 questions on everyone's mind. Will we have a World Series champ after this game, or will we have a Game 7 after this game? Here's Michael Taylor, top of the order to follow for Washington. 30th pitch coming from Odorizzi. Foul ball, full count to Taylor. Here we go, full count to Taylor. It's a 3-2 curveball ground ball to Odorizzi. That was ball 4, but instead it's a 1-3 ground out, 1 down here in the third. Here's Trey Turner lined out to Vinny J in the first inning. 1-1 pitch to Turner. This was a liner, but foul, 1-2. Turner, I believe, scored the go-ahead run in the 8th inning on Soto's home run in Game 5. Ground ball, Vinny J. He's got to hurry, but he'll beat Turner to the base easily. 2 down. 2 down now for Hiramoso. Hermosillo. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him. 1-2 to the right fielder, I believe, for Washington. 1-2. Fly ball on the line. Coming in is Matthew. He'll have time and space and an over. Middle of 3. 1-0 Nationals here in Game 6. Here we go, bottom 3. Twins looking to tie the game here before Scherzer actually gets on a complete roll. He only has 22 pitches or 2 innings. Ground ball, Adams casually fields it and steps on the base. 1 down. Twins only have 1 hit. 1 down. Now it's Nate Biter. Then atop the order and Luke. He's batting 216 here in the playoffs. Full count. Ground ball between Adams and Biggio. Base hit. 1-on-1 out now for Luke. Here we go. Here's Luke who lined out the Adams in the first. 1-2. Ground ball. No chance for 2. Can they get 1? They can. Good play by Scherzer again. Biter gets over to second. Runner sending 2 outs now for Matthew. Single in his first at bat. He does have a home run in the series, which I believe was a pinch hit home run in Game 4 of the series, I believe, in D.C. 1-1. Fly ball right field. Bandits a right fielder on the track. He's got it. Backpedaling in and over. And the Twins strand the time run at center base. Late of the 4th. 1-0 Nationals. Here we go. Here's Soto, who is 0 for 1 in the game. He was, like I said, the Game 5 hero a couple nights ago in this game. Full count to Soto. Fly or line drive right to Star Forcer. 1 down. Here's Grandal, who doubled and scored in his last at-bat, which was, I believe, in the 2nd inning. 45th pitch down for Odorizzi. Ground ball where no one was. He goes against the shift again. That would go all the way to the wall by the 343 sign by the left field foul pole. And Grandal has 2 doubles in as many at-bats. Runner at second, 1 out for Washington. And now it's Navarre who had a single back in the 2nd. Here we go, Navarre. Sorry about that, I was just texting someone quick. 2-1 pitch to Navarre. Foul ball. 2-2. 2-2 now. Foul ball on the curveball. This next pitch will be the 50th pitch for Odorizzi. They're only at 3 1/3 here. Popped up on the infield. Jack Thornton's there. 2 down. Runner will obviously stay put at second. 2 down now. Here's our top pitch speed comparison. 95 miles per hour for Scherzer, 92 miles per hour for Odorizzi. So 3 mile per hour difference between Odorizzi and Scherzer. Here's Adams who had an RBI single in his last at bat. He'll take another one here if he wants. Ground ball past the third baseman. But with Grandal's 11 speed, there's no chance really for him to score, but that was an absolute dime by Star Forcer to Mr. Casey. He would have definitely been toast at the plate. Runners at the corners, 2 outs now for Morin, who grounded out in the 2nd. 2 outs, runners at the corners here. Ground ball, center or shortstop will flip it to the center baseman covering for the force in and over. And the National strand runners at the corners. Middle of 4, it's still 1-0 Washington. Here's Jack Thornton, bottom 4. Can the Twins tie it here? Maybe. Line drive coming in is the right fielder. He'll dive and he gets by him all the way to the wall. This possibly could be inside the Parker. And they're going to stop Jack Thornton at third base as Hiramoso, the right fielder, dove and missed it. And that's a chance, exactly what the announcer in the stadium just said. That's the chance you take when you dive and miss it. Especially with a runner that has 91 speed. And that's 2 triples and 2 gains for Star Force, or for Jack Thornton. Now Star Force is up. 3-2 count. Runner at third, nobody out. Infield's back. Ground ball, third base. The third baseman was kind of hugging the line to find 3 ground out, and the runner at third has to stay put. Literally, I think he would have scored the run if he hit the second or shortstop. Instead, he hit the third. Now it's Babe Ruth Jr. Runner at third, 1 out now. And the infield's going to be drawn in here now. With 1 out, they're drawing him in. But a sac fly would do it. Or a hit. Fly ball on the line. This would do it if Soto catches it on the bullpen mound. He's got it. Runner's coming home. And the throw to the plate. And he... As the throw is not in time, the left slip ended right when the throw was coming in. That was like the worst time for the clip to end, but he is safe. As Soto does make the catch on the bullpen mound. Sat fine and RBI, and we're tied at 1. Sat fine and RBI for Babe Ruth Jr., and we're tied at 1-1. I'll show you the replay, though. As he might have had him if it was thrown right to the plate. Because it was, you could have possibly dropped it and not caught it, but also, it's not like... So it's caught literally on the bullpen mound, and you can see that I hit L1, which threw it to the cutoff man, which is the third baseman, who then threw it to the plate, and the umpire didn't make a call, but he was clearly safe. So it's sac fly and RBI for Babe Ruth Jr., 2 outs, no runners on for Mr. Casey in a 1-1 game. So the Twins do it, tie the game here in the 4th. Ground ball, it's fair! Between the Navarre and third base, single for Mr. Casey with 2 outs. And it's going to bring up Vinny J. Ground ball, center base, Biggio, in and over. But the Twins do tie the game on a sac fly by Babe Ruth Jr. We head to the 5th. It's a 1-1 game now here in Game 6. Here we go, top 5. 60th pitch coming from Odorizzi to Biggio, 1-1 game. Full count to Biggio. Popped up, foul. Full count again. Ground ball into the shift. Jack throws into the right of second. He's got to hurry. And he down by a step, 1 down. Now it's Taylor, then to top of the order, and this is Taylor at top, then the top of the order, and Turner. 1-1. Line drive, foul. Snapped his bat, and that will be caught by Vinny J. 2 down. Now it's Turner, line it out and ground it out, both to Vinny J. Line drive over Vinny J, base hit for Turner, and he has 94 speed, he's at first base. There's Moso, runner at first, 2 outs. Turner's going to hit and run, but right to the second baseman. That was unlucky, in and over. Halfway home here in Game 6. Nationals 1, Twins 1. 8-9-1 due up for the Twins here in the bottom of the 5th. Officially in the second half of Game 6. 1-1 game. No action in either bullpen. Here's Audie Pullman. Line drive towards the Nationals relievers and the ball boy. Foul ball. Ground ball. Turner. Throw to first is low but picked, I believe, by Adams. 2 down. Excuse me, 1 down. Here's Snake Biter, then the top of the order and Luke. 1-1 game in Game 6, bottom 5. Ground ball. Biggio's fields it. Jeter Jun through, got him. What a play by Biggio, 2 down. Now it's Luke. 2 outs. 3-1 hitters count to Luke. And that is on the inside corner, strike 2, full count. Full count to Luke. Matthew on deck if Luke gets on. Ground ball, Adams, and the inning's over. We head to the 6th in Game 6. 1-1 game. Here's Soto against Odorizzi. So we're in the 6th inning in Game 6. Who will be the hero? Fly ball! That's hit well! And 4! Forcer's back! And he makes the catch! Over the shoulder on the warning track! 1 down, as that was at least a double, possibly more. I don't think he was even looking at the ball. He must have. Over the shoulder catch. What a catch! Over the shoulder. I don't think he was even looking at it, but he threw the glove up and made the catch. Here's Grandal. 2 for 2 with 2 doubles and a run scored. More or less, I think he scored a run. Here's Grandal. Has 2 at-bats, 2 doubles. Shift is on again. And this time he goes into the shift, up the middle. Thornton's there. 2 down now for Washington. Here's Nervar, who, here we go, 1-2. Ground ball over Odorizzi. Thornton's there. Zips it over to Vinny J. Low throw, but picked by Vinny J. Middle of 6. Still a 1-1 game here in Game 6. Full count. Ground ball! And it's foul by an eyelash. Almost hit the base, but it is foul. Ground ball! Biggio's got it! Sets his feet and throws out Matthew. 1 down. Now it's Jack Thornton, who tripled and scored in his last at-bat. 70th pitch coming from Scherzer. Snap or ground ball off the handle of the bat. He's got to hurry. 2 down now for Star Forcer. Still a 1-1 game. He's 0 for 2 with 2 ground outs. Babe Ruth Jr.'s on deck if Star Forcer gets on. Line drive, and that will get down into the corner by the foul pole and by the 343 sign. That will be a double. And the inning continues. Go ahead, run at center base, 2 outs for Babe Ruth Jr. now. Who's 0 for 1 with a sac fly and an RBI. Hits the outfield, should give the Twins the lead. Ground ball, Nervar throws out Babe Ruth Jr. in and over, and the 2-out double goes to waste. We head to the 7th. Still a 1-1 game. Here's Matt Adams, drove in the only run for Washington. No action in either bullpen still. 80th pitch coming from Odorizzi. Adams is 2 for 2. Ground ball into the shift. Luke from shallow right field. Well, did him. 1 down. Here's Eric Morin, who will be the hero. Will the Nationals force a Game 7 or will the Twins three-peat? Ground ball, Thornton. And it's starting to be a pitcher's duel. 2 down quickly in the 7th. Here's Biggio. Taylor on deck if Biggio gets on here. Ground ball. Audie Pullman only down on the left side of the infield. And then over. 1-2-3 to the Nationals. 7th inning stretch time here. 7th inning stretch time here at the ballpark. Middle of 7. It's a 1-1 game still. 6 hits for the Nationals, 5 for the Twins. Here is Mr. Casey, who has 1 of those 5 hits for Minnesota. 77th pitch coming from Scherzer. Ground ball, Turner. And he'll hit Mr. Casey by a step only, but he still got him. 1 down. That was close. Here's Vinny J. And they're starting to warm up. Kyle Bearclaw in the Washington bullpen, and they're starting to warm up. Miss Medin here in the and they're starting to warm up Miss Medin here in the Twins bullpen. So there's a ready warming up in both bullpens. Foul ball 1-2 to Vinny J. Here we go. 80th pitch coming from Scherzer. Sits in the third. Ground ball back to Scherzer. 2 down here in the 7th. Here's Andy Pullman. Snake biter on deck. Both these teams are getting mowed down here. Both stars are in a groove here. That was a Heenan slider, ground ball Biggio. And the inning's over. We headed to the 8th. Still a 1-1 game here in Game 6 of the World Series. Here we go. 1-1 game. And they're going to bring in Miss Med in here. 5 appearances here in the postseason. 2-0 record. 0-1 on saves. Has pitched 6 in the 3rd innings. 8 strikeouts, no walks. 1.42 ERA. 4-seam fastball, a palm ball, a fork ball, and a slurve. 1-on pitch to Taylor. Foul ball. So both starters, or at least not both starters, but Odorizzi will get the no decision here in this game. Scherzer's still in this game for now. Or still the pitcher. A record line drive. Jumping is loot, but it's over his head. Base hit. And that's a go-ahead run here in Game 6. And then I'll start to warm up. Trevor Hildenberger, another righty in the Twins bullpen. He just started warming up just now. 1-1. Line drive and caught by Luke. Throw it to first. Vinny just not covering. And it would have probably been not in time anyways. 1 on, 1 out for Hiramoso. Hermosillo. Runner's going. And no chance for 2 with the runner going. It's a full race to the base. And the batter wins it. As there was no one covering. 2 on, 1 out for Washington. As the pitcher was nowhere near first base. And then Vinny J had to take it himself, and he was late. And 2 on, 1 out now for Soto. And here comes the Minnesota pitching coach. And the Minnesota pitching coach, Mr. Casey the catcher, and the middle infielders. And Lute and Jack Thornton. 2 on, 1 out. Hildenberger is warming up, and he's almost ready, if not ready, in the Twin bullpen. 2 on, 1 out for Soto. Soto ground. This could be 2. 6, 4, 3. Double play. And Soto grounds into the Twin killing, and the inning ended. Double play. Middle of 8. It's a 1-1 game still. Soto running into that double play. Scherzer's still in the game. 85th pitch coming. He starts his 8th inning of work. Top of the order follow. After snake biter. Foul ball. Line drive on the line. Is it fair? It is fair. And it stays in play. But it will be a double either way. And that's the go-ahead run here in this ball game. As that ball stays fair by an eyelash. Might even hit the line. Double. And here's Lute. Runner at center. Nobody out. And that's the go-ahead run in this ball game. And here comes a pitching coach for the Nationals. Here comes a pitching coach for the Nationals. And the catcher and the middle infielders. And they're going to leave him in. And they're going to leave Scherzer in. It could be a mistake. Berthelon's ready in the bullpen. Hit hard! Base hit! And they're going to stop the runner with nobody out. As the throw is going to be up the line. He would have maybe been safe. But nobody out. They're not going to take a chance. Runners in the corners, nobody out for Matthew. And you would think this would be the end of the day for Scherzer now. And Berthelon is coming in. Runners in the corners, nobody out. Runners on base are responsible as Scherzer, who's in line for the no decision, but could get the loss here, possibly. And the Minnesota bullpen, Hildenberger is ready and waiting, but they're also starting to warm up their closer, Mom, if the Twins do take the lead here in the 8th. Here we go. The infield is straight up and in. The outfield is straight up and deep for some reason. So the outfield is straight up and shallow. The infield is straight up and in. So here we go. 1-1 to Matthew. Runs in the corners, nobody out. Fly ball, foul, 1-2. Here we go. No plays in order, nobody out, but remember there's nobody out. 1-2 pitch. Foul ball down the slider. Can Berthelon someone get out of this inning? Just strike out or a pop-up or something like this here. And maybe then a double play. Line drive, base hit, and the Twins have the lead. Throw to second is not in time. And the Twins have a 2-1 lead. As that run is charged to Scherzer, RBI single for Matthew. 2 on, 1 out now for Jack Thornton, who tripled 1 for 3 with a triple and a run scored. 2 on, nobody out now for Thornton. 2-1 pitch. Thornton's bunting here. It's right to the third baseman. He's got to hurry. Throw to first. Got him, but the runners move up. That was a smart decision by Jack Thornton. It's going to be a sack bunt. 5-3. Sacrifice 5-3 is official score. Second and third, 1 out for Star Forcer, and you might see an intentional want to set up the double play. And they're going to want Star Forcer. Babe Ruth Jr. will be up with the bases loaded and 1 out. Double play is in order, and the force at any bases in order. The 0 for 2, Babe Ruth Jr. is with a sac fly, which was backed in with the 5th inning or whatever. And they're starting to warm up Trevor Rosenthal in the Washington bullpen. Double play is in order, force at any bases in order. Bases loaded, 1 out. Foul ball, so a sac fly would do it here for the Nationals. Double play, or at least hit the force at home plate. 2-2. Gravel! This should be 2! Second one, first double play. That was absolutely scalded, but right at the third baseman, who threw to second for the first out, or was scalded right at the third baseman. Navarro threw it was a line drive, fielded on a short hop by the third baseman Navarro, who threw to Biggio at second, and who threw to Adams at first. 5-4-3 double play in and over, but the Twins do take the lead. Last call for the Nationals here in this game and the season. End of 8, 2-1 Minnesota. It's Grandal. 6-7-8 do it for Washington here in the 9th. So it's it's 4-5-6 do it for the Nationals here in the 9th. Grandal, Navarro, and Adams. And after that, it'd be Morin, Biggio, Taylor if it gets that far, and then Turner. But yeah, they're gonna bring in Mom. They're trying to close the door, get the save, and send this place into a frenzy. And for the Twins, a three-peat. Twins 3 outs away from three-peating. Mom, 8 appearances here in the postseason, 6 for 6 on saves, hasn't given up an earned run all postseason long. Here's Randall, shift is on. 2-1 Minnesota, top 9. Hit hard! Where no one was perfect. Randall has 3 hits. And that's the go-ahead run, or the tie-in run, in this game. And you might see a pinch runner here with only 11 speed for Grandal. And you might maybe see a bunt here. And Blake Romero will pinch run for Grandal at center base. Or at first base, excuse me. And you might... Here we go. He has 80 speed. And here we go. Bunton is the batter. Right back to Mom. No chance for 2. It's going to be a sacrifice. 1-3 will be the official score, I assume. Timer at center base, 1 out. For Matt Adams, who drove in the only run for the Nationals way back in the 2nd inning. 2-1 pitch. Ground ball, just foul. That was a fair ball. That would have tied the game more than likely. Remember, Mom does have a knuckleball. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball! Almost hits the runner. It's botched by Jack Thornton! And Adams beats it out. And that's going to be an E6 as the ball almost hit the runner going at the center base. Thornton botched it. Knocked it down, but botched it. 2 on, 1 out. Now, double plays in order, though, for Morin. Double plays in order. And you have Emilio Cornera Andrew Stevenson will pinch run for Matt Adams at first base. So you have basically two pinch runners on base right now. 2 on, 1 out now. Full count to Morin. Everyone on their feet. It's a double steal! Fly ball, a line drive! Can it get over his head? It can, and the runners have to stay put. As there's a double steal, 2 down as it's caught by Biter in center. 2 down now for Biggio. The last chance for Washington here in the 2021 season, but a hit to the outfield could tie the game here. Final strike now. Remember, she has a knuckleball. One-two pitch. And that was a knuckleball. Ground ball. Vinny J. stepped on the base. And the Twins have won the World Series for the 3rd straight year. As Mom shuts the door. And this place is going into a frenzy. As there's a dog pile just in front of the pitcher's mound. As the metronome is going crazy, as the Twins have three-peated, as they won in 2019, 2020, and now here in 2021. As they beat the Nationals 2-1 here in Game 6, and the Twins say there's no need for a Game 7, as the Twins have three-peated, as they have won it all here in 2021. Congratulations to the World Series champion Minnesota Twins. The Twins have done it again. Beat the Dodgers, the Reds, and now the Nationals. Unbelievable. And here's some reactions. There's a reaction from, I believe that's Matthew in right field, who had the go-ahead hit in the bottom of the 8th, as he's jumping for joy in right. And I believe we'll see another reaction. The other reaction is Jack Thornton at short, jumping for joy as well. And here's the presentation of the commissioner. And here's the presentation of the commissioner's trophy to the new world champs. I have no idea who that is holding it up, because all the players almost look the same, except for some of them that have beards, at least for my traded players. Not sure who that is holding it up. I know that's Jose Arena to his right, or our left, his right. And then I believe that's Mr. Casey or Dad over there. Two players to the left. I'm not sure who that was holding it up, because all my traded players look the same, except for Vinny J, who has shorter hair, but that player didn't have shorter hair. And then, well, the only difference for my traded players, all of them look the same except for Vinny J, which has shorter hair than everyone else. Vinny J does. And then Mr. Casey and Vinny J and then Mr. Casey and Dad both have beards. And then Vinny J has shorter hair. That's the three players that have differences from all the other traded players, like Jack Thornton, Andy Pullman, Luke, Matthew, etc. All look the same. All my traded players look the same except for Vinny J, which has shorter hair, and then Mr. Casey and Dad, which have beards. I'm not sure who that was, because I didn't see it. I didn't see his number, because the uniforms they were wearing, which are the uniforms right there, there's no number on the front, so there's no number on the front. So I don't know who that was holding it up. Oh yeah, and also I forgot, there's all the players look the same except for Vinny J, which has shorter hair. Mr. Casey and Dad both have beards, and then Miss Medden, who got the win in this game, and Mom both had the lawn hair. But it wasn't Vinny J, it wasn't Mr. Casey, it wasn't Dad, it wasn't Miss Medden, and it wasn't Mom, who held up the trophy. It wasn't those 5 players. But it could have been anyone else. It could have been Snake Biter, could have been Star Forcer, could have been Jack Thornton, could have been Matthew, I'm not sure. But Matthew had the go-ahead RBI single in the 8th inning, which ended up being, well, at the time it was a go-ahead. He drove in the go-ahead run, but ended up being, or at the time he drove in the go-ahead run, but that run ended up being the game-winning run. As the Twins won the game 2-1. As the Twins won game 6-2-1, and then win the series 4-2. As Miss Medden gets the win, Matt Scherzer does get the loss, because he did give up. He was out of the game when the Twins took the lead, but when he left, that runner at third, which ended up scoring, the runner at third, which was I believe it was Snake Biter. He was at third. Snake Biter was. Yeah, it was Snake Biter who ended up being the game-winning run. He was the runner. He was at third base. Snake Biter was when Matt Scherzer left the game, and then Snake Biter ended up scoring. So that although Scherzer wasn't in the game, that run was charged to Scherzer. So Miss Medden gets the win. Matt Scherzer gets the loss, and Mom gets the save. Gave up one hit, which was the grand ball, and then it was a sack bunt. Then the error, and then then there was runners. Then there was runners at first and second with 2 outs, and the line out or the fly out to center field, and then the line out or fly out to center field, and then the ground out to the third. And then the ground out to the first baseman, which he took in himself, which is the Vinny J too. As it's the first time we won the World Series not in walk-off fashion. We won it in walk-off fashion the last 2 years. But this year, Twins still won the World Series at home, and they still won the World Series, and they still won the World Series at home. But it was not in walk-off fashion. But they still won the World Series. I'll still take that. Twins still won the World Series, and they still won the World Series at home as well. As the player of the game is Snake Biter, who went 2 for 3 with a double, a single, and ended up being the game-winning run. And then Star Forcer 1 for 3 with a double, Jack Thornton 1 for 3 with a triple, and scored the first run for the Twins back in the 4th. And then Matthew 2 for 4 with 2 singles, and the game-winning RBI. And then on the other side, Randall went 3 for 4 with 2 doubles and scored the only run for Washington, which was back in the second. Adams drove in the only run. Matt Adams 2 for 4 with 2 singles and drove in the only run for Washington back in the second. Trey Turner 1 for 4 with a single, and Navarro 1 for 3 with a single. 1 run on 9 hits, no errors for the Nationals. 2 runs on 8 hits, 1 error, which was by Jack Thornton for the Twins. And that 1 error for the Twins was by Jack Thornton in the 9th, but fortunately for the Twins, it didn't come back to bite Minnesota. Twins winning at the Nationals, scored once in the second. Twins scored once in the 4th, and then once in the 8th. They won the game 2-1, as the Twins won game 6 2-1, and they won the series, the 2021 World Series, 4-2. As the next episode of a series will be open in the next episode of a series in this game will be open in the 2022. Hopefully I'm still with the Twins because this is my 3rd and final year of my GM contract, which lasts 3 years. So hopefully they re-sign me. They should though, because I mean they would in real life they obviously would if I won 3 World Series in 3 years. I'm not exactly sure though. I'll do the closing in the next clip. So like I said, I'm not even doing the closing in this clip. Like I said, GM contracts. The GM contracts we're on. It's a 3-year contract. And it's I'll say my 3rd and final year of my GM contract. It should re-sign me, but I've seen where when your GM contract is over, they did like I don't think the franchise is over, but the problem is they like give you options like for other give you like contracts that you can sign with other teams, but the team that you were originally with doesn't re-sign you. But really, they should re-sign you if you do this well. At 3 World Series in 3 years, they should re-sign me for like at least a couple more years, because I mean that's a three World Series in 3 years is a dynasty. So we have 3-peated. It's officially a dynasty. It's dynasty for the Twins. 3 World Series, 2019, 2020, 2021. It's officially a dynasty. And if I'm still with the Twins next year, which if I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this series. Well, what I could do is if I'm on another team, I'd trade for all my traded players. I trade for all my traded players and just did them all on whatever team I'm on next year if the Twins don't re-sign me as their GM. If that's the case, the Twins don't re-sign me as their GM, then I'll probably say but I don't want to say the Cubs. Then I'll probably try to get all my traded players on the Cubs from the Twins by trading whatever the Cubs have for all my traded players on the Twins, which might be possible or it might not be possible. I'm not sure. But the next episode of the series will most likely be open in the 2022 with hopefully the Twins. I'm not exactly sure, but you guys will find out in the next episode. But like I said, the next episode of the series in this game will most likely be open in the 2022. But either way, Twins have officially created a dynasty. 3 World Series, 2019, 2020, 2021. Twins beat the Dodgers, Reds, and the Nationals. What a run! 3 World Series, 3 years. Beat, like I said, the Dodgers, Reds, and Nationals. And the Twins have officially started a dynasty here in the 21st century. And yeah, this video will most likely be my last video before I go to Minnesota for Christmas. So Merry Christmas to you all. This shouldn't be my last video of 2023, because I did back on December 28th. So this shouldn't be my last video of 2000. I just said my last video of 2023. I meant to say 2022. This shouldn't be my last video before 2000. This shouldn't be my last video of 2022, but it most likely will be. Or this video shouldn't be the last video before 2000. Or this video shouldn't be my last video of 2022. It could be my last video though before Christmas, but this video could be my last video before Christmas, but it shouldn't be my last video or this video might be my last video before Christmas, but it shouldn't be. This video, or like I said, this video might be my last video. Like I said, this video might be my last video before Christmas, but it shouldn't be my last video of 2022. But like I said, I did back from Minnesota on December 28th. So I should be able to film a video, at least one video between the 28th when we get back and the 31st. So so this video, like I said, this video this video will probably be my last video before I go to Minnesota for Christmas. So this video will probably be my last video before Christmas, but it shouldn't be my last video before the New Year. So this video will probably be my last video before Christmas. But this video will probably be my last video before Christmas, but it shouldn't be my last video of 2022. But if it is, it is. But either way, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you all watching. So to all of you watching this video, which might be like 2 of you, but even if it's none of you, which hopefully it's at least 1 of you, but to all of you watching this video, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Travel safe, especially with that snowstorm in the Midwest. Well, really, you should say that to me, because I'm going to Minnesota, and there's that big snowstorm that's supposed to hit like today and tomorrow. So I'm praying that our flight doesn't get delayed or canceled, especially canceled. Because we have 2 flights, Austin to Minneapolis, and then Minneapolis to Hibbing, some small town like 30 minutes away from it. Or we have 2 flights, Austin to Minneapolis, and then Minneapolis to Hibbing, Minnesota. Hibbing's like a small airport that literally has like 1 date. And it's like 30 minutes away from my grandma and grandpa's house. So, it's cheaper to fly there. But like I said, it's only 1 date, so it's like 1 flight every day that goes there. And we're flying Delta. So, yeah. Minneapolis is a Delta hub. Or, like I said, Minneapolis is a Delta hub. But, yeah. Wish me luck travel, and hopefully, like I said, our flights don't get delayed and or canceled. And for all of you, if you're traveling by plane or car, have safe travels over the holidays. And like I said, for all of you watching this video, have safe travels. And like I said, for all you watching this video, have safe travels. And for all of you watching this video, have safe travels over the holidays. And also have a great Christmas and a good New Year. So Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you all watching this video. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this video. You should have, because we won the World Series. So make sure to give it a like. I would really appreciate that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, guys, time for it. Closing the board. If it's up to the like button. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Tell your mom, dad, grandma, and grandpa, aunts, uncles, pets, and friends about these videos. And you know what? I'm going to see you in episode number 37 of this Minnesota Twins MLB The Show 20 Custom Franchise Series. See you in episode number 37. And eat a lot of bacon, and go Twins, who are the 2021 World Series champions. And like I said, eat a lot of bacon. Go Twins. Have a great Christmas and Happy New Year. And yeah, like I said, thank you for watching. See you next time. Eat a lot of bacon. Go Twins. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I'll see you, well, possibly, like I said, in my next video, which could be before Christmas. I'm not exactly sure. But either way, like I said, thank you for watching. See you next time. Eat a lot of bacon. Go Twins. And have a Merry Christmas. See you in my next video, guys. And like I said, once again, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. See you in my next video, guys. See you then.